Oh, good morning. Good morning, jerk offs.
Good morning.
Oh, no. Hello. Good to see y'all.
Caw.
Hope you all having a good morning today. Monarch Gardens says cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, never mind. I've never seen it like that before.
Is that the link that you put up?
Yeah. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing on this beautiful Monday? I made my way to Monroe Nutrition today. Yep.
Get about to lift off.
He put some collagen booster in there.
Okay.
Little white chunks of goodness for my skin.
For your skin, get your bones a little cushy.
Real quick, let's give a thank you to all of our sponsors. I forgot where they were. One moment. Here they go. Thank you to Amaya's Fresh Mexican Grill. There we go. I just got confused for a minute, guys. Don't you worry. Good morning, Glitter Bombs. Good morning, Kristen.
Morning.
Thank you to Amaya's Fresh Mexican Grill. Thank you to the Little Brown Jug, the friendliest place in town. Again, thank you to Monroe Nutrition. We are Monroe. Jeff Copey's awesome. If you want to go have a conversation, that's the dude to go do it with. Go stop in at Monroe Nutrition, and it's almost like a little therapy session every time you go in. And Mugsy's Sports Grill and Bar. And thank you to the Monroe Sports Center. And
yeah.
And Vibe on Purpose. Whoop, whoop.
It's the first time I've seen it on the screen.
Good to see. Thank you, everybody.
And thank you to BrainJerk and Josh.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
Yes.
Wow. BrainJerk.
Whoop, whoop.
Welcome to Light It Up, right? So good to see all you guys. Glitter Bomb says smash the like and share the shit out of this. I can't read today, guys, so get ready. What's up, Tony? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you and your family are doing well.
Good morning. Good morning.
Light it up, baby. That's right. So, Stephanie, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing fantastic. I woke up feeling like $1 million freaking dollars today.
$1 million, huh?
$1 million. $1 million.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That must mean you're feeling good.
I'm feeling pretty good.
Maybe by the end of the day, you can feel like 5 million.
Maybe $1 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like billions.
Yeah. I'm going to keep building on this.
I don't know if I've ever seen $1 billion of anything,
Yeah.
What's up, Twisted? I forgot to post the link. Anybody can come up today if you want.
How about you, Josh? How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm great. I've been going since like midnight last night.
Yeah, you didn't sleep at all?
No, I went to work. And then I'm here.
Don't you usually get paid to sleep?
No, I don't do those things. Twisted Roots and Hippie Witch. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Keithy says, good morning, friends. Hope everyone's doing fantastic. And just real quick, I'm going to say it again at the end of this episode. Keithy's new show, Square Circled Shenanigans. It's a wrestling podcast with him and Scotty as the hosts. They are going to be on at noon today, our time. So an hour after we go off the air here, we'll come back live with Keith and Scotty and Mr. Spooky Films. Stelios, he's got his own podcast with Dev Rucker called Dudes Talking Wrestling. And we're going to do a little collab over here at about noon. So whatever time it is now for you, in about 2 hours. Whoop, whoop. Hippie says, hey.
Hey.
Good morning,
Good
Misfits.
morning. Yes.
Much love, light, and glitter. So, Adriana, speaking of glitter, she's like, Dad, does my hair still look gross or something? I was like, no, but it's got glitter in it. She's like, oh, that's just my perfume. So I didn't know they made perfume that has glitter in it. What up, Twisted?
What's happening?
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing this morning?
I'm good. Snowing. My dog's dying.
Oh, Oh,
Yeah, it sucks.
that big
She's
dog.
old. Huh?
That big dog.
Nah, he's only 5.
Oh.
The bulldog Aurora, she's only supposed to live like 8 to 10 years, but she's 13 now, so she's lived way past her prime. But dude, like last month, she was totally fine. He's jumping all over my buddy and shit. And then one day I just looked at her, I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? I'm like, dude, where'd all your muscle go? Normally she's like just stock cock diesel. She lost all her damn muscle, dude, like that. And I'm like, whoa. So I started giving her cannabis and CBD and shit.
I was gonna say, have you taken her to the vet? It sounds
Hell no.
like a cancerous.
It's probably cancer, but dude, I ain't got all that money to spend on all that stupid shit just to tell me she's gonna die. I mean, she's 13, dude, you know? So yeah, so I'm just trying to make her comfortable before she goes, you know. If she lives because cannabis, then fuck, I got something to talk about. You know what I mean? But she's gonna go.
You know what else? You of all people could work. What do we talk about all the time?
Yep. Curing cancer, man.
Vibrations. I actually just saw a video again this morning that reminded me of how the certain hertz will smash cancer cells right out of existence.
Yeah, I did a frequency Friday on that, and there was a guy in the 1800s. He built a frequency machine that cured cancer, and I think 70, I think it was 70 or 17 or 70 treatments. Boom, it was gone. All from just sound vibration.
Yeah.
You know?
I have a video I shared with Josh that we're going to share today.
Yep.
I mean, it's in. You can just pop it on in there, really.
Throw it in there.
Yeah.
It's so amazing, though, that secret's gone, though. Like, they won't give us the actual hertz, you know. And it was funny when I was researching it, I was like, they're going to find that they can kill cancer between this hurt and this hurt. Sure as fuck.
The video that I watched said
the secret number. Yeah,
exactly. That's what it was back then when the dude invented it. He was curing cancer, and the government shut his ass down, just like the water engines and all that kind of stuff. And then recently there was like a CERN guy or something like that came out with it. And I even, before he ever came out with it, because I did a whole bunch of research and I learned the frequency. So I was like, yo, they're going to find that you can cure cancer between these frequencies. And sure shit, it was 184,000 hertz or something like that, between 184,000 and 330 hertz. And I was like, exactly what I said. I just knew it, you know?
Yeah, that's about the number. Somewhere in there is what I saw too. Yep.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Usually I save those videos, but
yeah. I don't think I have enough time though. You know, it's like a couple years ago, she had this huge freaking cyst or some shit on her stomach, like off of one of her boobs. So I got that removed. But ever since then, she keeps having these little tiny ones that keep popping up. So I'm sure she's just probably riddled with it. I wish when I first seen it, I would have started with it, you know, and she probably would be better off now. But, you know, it's one of those things.
Good morning.
I didn't know.
Good morning, Sharon.
She says, good morning, jerk-offs. Happy medicated Monday.
Good morning.
It is a good day today.
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful day out here.
Oh,
you
the
said
sun's shining.
It's snowing where you're at?
Yeah, it's snowing like crazy, man.
It's supposed to snow here later, I believe, if I heard right. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's snowing. It was just 45 yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday was gorgeous.
I had my windows down, driving. And
the sun shining.
I laughed because I told her, I was like, if this was the fall, though, we'd be crying that it was cold. You know, we'd be shivering with hoodies on.
You better believe I walked out.
I'm damn near shirtless with my windows down driving.
I walked out in my backyard barefoot and was like just walking through the snow just to get my feet in the grass, though, and stand in the sun and take that in. Oh, so good.
Yeah, that's what I always do. I'm like, Amber, come out here. It's 40 degrees and it's wintertime.
Yeah, give my feet a quick little ice bath, like a little shock to the system, some fresh sunshine.
Yep. Can't wait, man. This is usually how I end up my grow season, though, every year. Buried in snow, like trying to chop down weed.
When I was younger, I'd go outside in my underwear in the snow and lay down for a couple minutes.
Hell yeah.
We should make that a practice now.
I haven't done that in a while. It's been at least 5-6 years since I've done that.
So if it snows today, can we do that later?
Oh, listen.
You catch us. We'll go live. We'll go lay in
I
the
am
snow in
gonna
our underwear.
I am gonna start doing. I got away from it, but I'm gonna start ending my showers in ice coldness.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Amber does.
Yep.
It's just like to get the bravery to do that. They're like nice and toasty and warm. I
Right?
take a shower to feel comfortable, and then ah!
Yep, but it's a shock to your system that's important. It's
Hey,
like people drink cold water and they think that's the way, but it's really the warm water that does the good stuff for you.
yeah, I try not to drink cold water nowadays.
Yeah. They always say warm water will give you a stomach ache. Don't drink it. And that's the first thing they told you that was a lie. Damn. They kept you from everything, man.
I know it's not good water, but a lot of times growing up, I would drink the shower water right there. Yeah. That shit. And then I started thinking, like, where does this shower water come from?
It's the same water.
Same pipes as your kitchen water.
But as a kid, you don't know. You think it's coming from the toilet or something.
Yeah. It's like,
This is recycled ball sweat.
I'm drinking toilet water.
Yep.
What's up, buddy? Good to see you.
Cheers, cheers.
So have you guys heard anything about those trains?
I did see that some more derailed recently
What?
in Ohio.
In Ohio. And then what's funny is I have the video of a guy who's standing by the tracks and he goes, "Tell me why there's a train derailment device sitting in front of this water treatment." And that same damn train derailed, bro. The guy was videotaping it at the train stop. He was stopped for the train to go by, and all of a sudden all the cars started crashing. And I'm like, wait, that's that same spot. I'm like, oh, dude, it's all planned though.
Well,
The
newest one, they had to once again evacuate the town, and nobody even knows about that one unless you know about it.
Yeah,
they're not broadcasting this online or I mean on the news or anything like that.
Yep.
What's up, honey? Good morning.
Did you hear where they're dumping it though?
Yeah, they were dumping it the ground here, and they were taking the water to Texas, but as of last week or maybe the week before, the state government here stopped it.
Yeah, dude, the governor had them bringing it in and nobody knew. Like none of the officials knew and shit. They said they're like,
yep.
We turned around and they were dumping all this shit like in Detroit. I'm like, whoa.
Not only that, but it was in Van Buren where that train. We just had a train derailment there, and so they're like, oh fuck it. Let's take all this toxic land there.
Dude, they should put it right in Palestine and bury that shit there and condemn it and move people away, just like they do in all these other ghost towns. They're all over the United States that you're not allowed to go in no more.
I have a whole magazine full of ghost towns and different locations. I want to go travel and explore as much as I can. I'm obsessed.
Some of them are dangerous, though. They got those, toxic chemicals that are in the ground, and you might come out with birth defects down the line and shit. No, for real though. That's
I'm having no more children, and I mean, I guess I do die and come back to life multiple times.
Now, have you seen the maps of the plume maps? So, according to some of the maps that I've seen, Michigan, we get mist here in Michigan.
Hey, girl, hey.
But it's still over Lake Erie. But then it goes over all of New York, Pennsylvania, goes all the way up to Toronto, like this. And then wait till it, just like Fukushima, that shit will get all over the world,
all the way around. And that was their plan. That was the exact plan. I said, when I play video games and I want to like conquer an area, I'm going to set up my guys in a strategic pattern so I can take everybody out all at once.
Yep.
And you look at the map of where these train crashes were, and you're like, that's what I would do if I wanted to kill the United States. Right there. Toxic chemicals all up in their clouds, and they're going to breathe it, and eventually they're all going to go.
They've always said America will fall from the inside. That's the only way to take America out, and we're in that time right now. And it makes me a little sad that nobody else sees that. Like there's a select few, and the select few that do know that can't really do a whole lot.
That's the problem.
Because we're either gonna get sick and die off, or we're gonna get sick and become more dependent.
Well, even if we created some sort of militia, right? The government is literally going to drop a bomb, and we're
exactly. It's not
EMP us, and we're fucked.
Yeah, we missed our time, I believe, for revolution. You know, that was what we need here, but we really missed our time. We're dealing with dangerous shit like chemicals. Just forget the nukes. Forget all their military. Forget all their bombs and all their tanks and shit. All they have to do is drop a fucking chemical bomb on us, dude, and just wipe everybody out. It would be that easy. Like being in the military, I just know all kinds of sick ways to. What the hell was that?
This is chupacabra.
Getting paranoid.
Yeah, for real. Something just went flying across my grass. It looked like a chicken or something.
You're manifesting your own reality. Be careful. Words are powerful. Do not speak your existence.
Right.
They don't even have to do none of that, Twisted. They don't have to drop bombs. All they have to do is stop the food supply.
Oh, yeah.
But cut the power and stop the food supply, and there's nothing anybody can do about it.
And they've been doing that little bit by little bit.
Real life,
little bit.
The three of us and a lot of us in the chat know this, but most of the people around the fucking country don't know how to fucking farm a damn thing.
They don't know how to do shit.
They don't even know how to get water. So imagine the supply, cut the power. What's going to happen? Complete chaos. For the next year or two,
probably longer than that. Only preppers are
my ultimate goal. One of my ultimate goals next, after a few years here, laying some foundation, is to have a piece of land so I can first nurture and honor the land, grow on it myself, but then also teach the people how to, agriculture, regenerative agriculture, and learning just the soil and healing through the soil. Good morning,
Gemma.
And how to live sustainably and utilizing our resources.
That's one thing that should be like, why don't we teach? Well, I don't know why, but why aren't people taught this in school? This is botany and
because the school system, the medical system, and
everything should absolutely be a required thing.
Yeah,
everyone.
I took it in high school, but it was my field that I chose to go into and take horticulture and then get scholarships and all that shit. I just chose to be a bad boy and go to the military.
Good morning, Gemma.
Follow my scholarships. Like if I did follow the scholarships, dude, I would be a so much more elevated, knowledgeable gardener, with all kinds of those big words that people use, So, but that's one of the things, though. You can take them as electives or whatever. That's just like the medical field or, auto body or something like that. You know what I mean? Mechanics. And it's not for everybody, but it's a specific trade. But I agree. It's because people don't know how to water purify. People don't know how to can food. People don't know how to grow food, and then we get into a situation where, oh, shit shut down like in California. I thought California was like, I love you guys, but I was like, I thought like up in those mountains, you guys farmed and, you canned food and you lived off grid, and a snowstorm hits and everyone's freaking out. I don't understand. Like when I see it snowing, I keep my shovel handy and I keep going and shoveling. I understand it's 9 feet, but it's like if you would have stayed on top of it and you had your cans all good and you had your solar panels, like they live in the mountains. Why wouldn't you have all that shit?
Yeah.
No, I have an off-grid package. I live here.
You're right, though. You live in the mountains. How are you not prepared for something like this?
They never got a snowstorm that bad. I agree, but still, I would have. I thought those people were off grid. I thought they were the mountain people and showed us how to do everything. I guess not.
Not when the rich folks take over the mountain.
Yeah, right. And that's another reason why they don't want you. They don't want you learning all this stuff specifically unless you're a specific person, because then the world goes to shit. Now everyone's got food. No one needs power. We don't need water. What do we need that for? We got the sun for power. We have water out of the river right there, and there's thousands of animals and plants to eat. What do we need?
Sharon says, y'all need to come to my house and show me how to plant some stuff. I got plenty of land here.
Oh, shit.
Where you at, Sharon?
They moved. They got a lot of land now. Apparently, I haven't been there yet, but from what I hear,
That's
it's
awesome.
really nice.
Can we start a commune?
That's right. That's what we try to do. That's what I was saying. Like, we should all put our money bet together, 100 or 1,000 acres, buy 1,000 acres somewhere, and just have a big communal fucking, like a huge outreach of people, and then in the middle you garden.
Yes.
Well, see,
that's my dream.
That's very similar. So in the middle for me is a pond, a pole barn, a fire pit, and the garden.
Yeah.
All within the middle, and all the houses are scattered around.
Different houses, different barns for different
styles.
Yep.
Hobbit houses.
Yep.
And shit.
A barn that's just full of food.
Yeah.
Good start a
Canned,
commune.
yes.
Good morning, Katie.
Good morning, Katie.
Good to see you. There's one of our sponsors.
Sending
Lane's
so much
Pizza.
love. Happy Monday.
Lane's Pizzeria. You guys got a lot of cool shit down there.
They've got a lot of they got a lot of. Your words made me speak wrong. They got great pizza.
Oh, so good.
I am actually kind of picky about my pizza, and they pretty much got my favorite pizza around Monroe.
And I do like a gluten-free crust usually, and theirs is really good. It's the best I've had so far.
Nice. I don't have it later.
Damn it, jam. Here, I'll pass you mine. One love, community. One love. Okay, let me. I'm gonna pull this video up.
Oh yeah.
We love our BrainJerk Entertainment fan.
We love you.
I'm gonna pull this video up. Stephanie, what is this?
So, okay, this was kind of feeding off of our last week, and actually twisted kind of what we were talking about at the very beginning. Just how sound vibration affects the molecular structure. And this is an experiment with different hertz, different frequencies, and how it affects the structure of the sand on this. You can kind of watch and see. I could even talk as it plays.
Cymatics. This is cymatic, guys.
How the sound vibration, as our thoughts, our feelings are also hold a frequency, but then once we put it into words, the sound vibration, how it affects not only our molecular structure, but everything around us. And this is how what we think and feel and the energy that we care and emit, especially into words, how we can uplift, how we can heal, and how we can
put the salt on a plate, a metal plate. It's pitches, okay, different pitches, which creates different vibration
patterns.
And then 345 hertz. This is what it does.
So I want you to imagine your cellular structure. Like, this is how I'm. It's a blessing and a curse, but everything I do, I imagine my body, my physiology, my cells responding to life. So just if you think of your emotions on a scale, right? From a higher frequency and a lower frequency, and our thoughts and our feelings also resonating within this scale, we can really pay attention to what we're thinking, what we're saying, and just watch our cells respond to these different frequencies. And so this is how we can heal them and change the structure within the cell.
So this works in your cells because we are made of water, and water responds in the same way that the sand is responding.
Yes.
And nobody's making these patterns except for the vibrational currencies that's running through this.
Absolutely. You can also find these on Earth. The ancients used the Earth, which spit out frequencies straight out of it, energy. What we see now is rock formations that were left over by them, but it's actually they traced those patterns to get that power to come up. It's just like Stonehenge. Stonehenge is a perfect example of this.
First failure of the podcast. No, but this is awesome. The fact that 444.
Oh, there you go.
Quad fours. And if it's quad fours, is it 5 fours? Because The quad is the fifth floor.
Isn't it cool to see all the different shapes and patterns and stuff?
Yeah, and what's even cooler is to remember that this is nature.
Yeah.
This is, and then you think about, okay, so this is geometry, right?
Sacred
so
geometry.
That means that what the three of us already know, humans didn't create math.
No.
We found math. It was already created. The universe's language is geometry and math.
Yep.
So now that we're here, and we're going to continue to watch, I'm going to ask you guys, because what I've been doing is flipping to a random page and a book.
We can't hear you.
So I'm going to ask you guys today, I'm going to, as we continue to watch this, so what I've been doing each week, these last couple weeks, is just kind of picking a random book that's in alignment with whatever topic at hand we're discussing, and just kind of flipping through and randomly reading a piece from it. And considering what we're discussing here, I have Tuning the Human Biofield, which is an extension of what we were just watching. So the different frequencies and how the different frequencies affect the human biofield. So biogeometry signatures, again, this is how we can make the connection between the sacred geometry and symbolism, and then also sacred geometry, and then light codes, how light and, again, different symbolism. And
she's a reader, guys.
And, yep. And I also just hit that bowl, so I'm like, what am I talking about again?
So are we gonna pick what book you're gonna
pick from? So you guys, okay, so sacred geometry or tuning the human biofield. We'll start with those two. Yeah.
I'm gonna vote for tuning the human biofield.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna have you tell me what this is.
Let me pick. Right there.
Okay. What do we got here?
Have fun.
Okay, so here, what are we talking about today?
Heart chakra.
Yeah, so we landed here on the heart chakra, giving and receiving love, compassion, and gratitude. Now, just so you know, this book is not. Oh shoot, I just lost it.
Oh
no! I'm so sorry. Oh, here it is. Okay, so we'll just kind of go with what we got here. It's not all about chakras, just so you know. I don't want to deter anyone's interest streamlining right to the chakras. But throat chakra, the fifth plexus. Oh no, this was not.
Heart chakra. Heart chakra.
Here we go. Okay.
Amber's got 1 million books.
So
there she is.
Good morning.
I still have yet to get into.
Subtle body electricity. Yes, I haven't. I didn't pull this one, but it's the electric body, which is actually the second book in this series with tuning the biofield.
No shit.
I still have to read these, but they're on my shelf.
I got to read the second book, but okay. So the heart chakra, color green, the fourth plexus.
Green.
It governs the heart and lungs. Relates to giving and receiving love, compassion, and gratitude. The left side imbalance, sadness, grief, and loss. The right side imbalance, saying yes when we mean no and overdoing for others. The overall low energy, challenge to give and receive love, harboring old pain, and suffering from depression. When it's healthy and balanced, you are following your heart's desires, able to love freely. The first area, let's see. Okay, so we'll just skip all that. But saying yes when we mean no, emotional caretaking and overdoing for others, and sometimes resentment towards a person or a situation. When we're feeling blocked in that area, we're not, and it's all in alignment with all your other chakras. When you're not speaking your truth and you're not allowing, your thoughts and feelings to move through you and expressing them, you can end up harboring lots of resentment, inability to digest, sadness, grief, loss, and depression. So you affect your digestive system when you're harboring these emotions and feelings, and
when you do that, usually you feel that. You feel your heart ache, right?
Yeah.
You feel all those things that she said are in the negative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you harbor this energy, and then when you let it go, What did it say? You basically are following your heart's desires.
Yep.
Right.
When you're tuning your biofield, that's kind of the whole point, is using different hertz frequencies. I actually did bring my tuning forks.
Back to the negative, right? I remember my full thought now. So the that negative stuff usually leads to depression and stress, right? And what does depression and stress lead to? Heart attacks. And so your heart is literally attacking itself, and which is weird. They've actually found that your heart has its own dopamine receptors and outputs along with your brain. So but they can work separately. Did you know that?
Yep.
I just recently found that out this year.
There's also, they did a research study because there's a little kid that died. I forget the whole exact story. I saw this shit years ago, but the kid was getting on a bus one day and just fell over and died. And they autopsied him and everything. And it was some story like he lost his mom or lost his brother or something like that. And they literally said he died of a broken heart. But just like what you said, it ate him alive. All that fucking bad emotions, bad energy he kept with them.
Yep, they manifest different parts. Different emotions manifest in different parts of your body.
Yeah, and you hear that with a lot with older couples that have been together forever, right?
They go with each other.
Yeah, one will go, and then sometimes even the next day the other one will go.
Yep.
That's what happened with Carrie Fisher. That's why, honestly, Carrie Fisher died like days after her mom died.
I've heard that story a few times. That's sad.
That's crazy. That's wild.
You're that connected, and you think of the energetic cords we hold with people. That's some strong shit. And it's like when we really do have sympathy pains, and it's just like we can send and receive that. It's a constant connection, really, in the fields. And
we are energy.
It's really strong when you're that connected.
Well, let's watch, right? Operations and energy affect. And if they affect our bodies, that's exactly what it's doing, right?
Yep.
Vibrations have changed so much so for that person that their body literally doesn't know what to do, so it stops.
Yep. Wouldn't that be cool if we could have like I'm like, fuck you, Josh, and all of a sudden popped out a frequency, Josh,
and it hit me.
No. We're like, exactly what frequency you're putting off.
Visual representation. We should make a cartoon. That should be the cartoon.
Right? Yeah.
That would be a great cartoon.
Visual representation.
To show what your magnetic.
Yeah.
And then
showing the different timelines that would play out depending on what frequency you chose.
I mean, they kind of got one.
Fucking choice.
It's called Dragon Ball Z. They kind of got it, but. Oh, you can.
Yep. And Twisted could just have a battle with vibrations.
When I come around with the tuning forks, I'll hang on, let me adjust that for you.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, you need adjustment. Bing.
I'm literally looking for those on Amazon right now. Those tuning forks. I'm like, I need some tuning forks.
There's a huge tuning fork. It's double-ended. And you're supposed to bing, bing. It's two different frequencies. It's supposed to be some kind of alignment thing. I can't remember.
Yeah. Well, see, my goal is to get enough people to sit in a circle under my copper pyramid and have all the different frequencies running from different. Well, there's certain ones specifically within a certain pattern. Again, back to the sacred geometry, and then sit in between that and let everyone kind of sit in this healing vortex. And yeah.
Got to be careful. It's not the wrong one because then it'll be destroying.
I will absolutely pray on all of the highest love and above and lots of protection. We are safe. I promise you.
Just don't open a portal.
Yeah, no portals. Actually, maybe we would like to go through a portal.
I'm not. I go through portals all the time.
That's what time travel is.
There was a guy that did an experiment with that pyramid and different frequencies in the different spots and locations, and what he actually created in the middle was a vortex portal.
Yeah.
Stuck an instrument in there and was like, dude, this reading's not from Earth. It was weird. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was this pure energy shit that
it's
you
a
couldn't get a
healing
reading.
vortex. Absolutely. And that's where you set the intentions. And that's where the healing work is done right there with the right language and the right intentions. That's the magic.
Was it the guy that made a portal in his bedroom?
No, not that guy.
Okay.
No, that's just a guy. He's the one that did the Berenstein Bear books. He was walking in and out of bedroom. He disappears, gone. All those people. Look, all those rabbits.
Yeah, now the bears even have a new last name.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
They're all playing out here.
You guys remember Teddy Ruxpin?
Like what was it? Is it Jif with the whole double F, single F thing? Like it used to be
Jiffy
double, or there used to be Jiffy. That's what it is, and now all of a sudden it's Jif. It was never Jiffy.
No, now it's Jif.
that's
peanut butter.
There's things like that. Like I could change our name to BrainJerk, and everybody be like, "Oh, they used to be BrainJerk Entertainment Company."
Yep.
What happened?
That's the same thing I said. I'm like, people can change their logo name. I mean, shit, they've had it for 50 years. Why not change it, Jif?
It's called rebranding. I've been through it.
Yeah.
I mean, Coca-Cola has done that a couple times just with a little dash, whether the dash is there or not.
Yep. That shit's crazy though, man. I do this this frequency stuff with water, the same size as cymatic with the sand and the plate. I do that with water though, and program my water to a certain frequency hertz that is specific for the plant growth. You know, structured water is the most important.
Oh, absolutely.
So here's my question: could I put tap water in a bowl, play the right frequency, and turn it into alkaline water?
Yes, absolutely. It's an alkalizer. You can buy this machine. It's $400 or $500. You hook it right up to your tap. It pumps your tap water straight into this alkalizer machine, and it comes out 9.5 and higher. That there will cure cancer. Okay. That will cure cancer. Look it up. It's an alkalizer.
That's what we want to invest in
I don't
the
have
future.
the money,
it's a bit of a pricey machine.
Yeah, I've had my eye on that for a while. Yeah.
That will cure cancer by itself. By itself, dude.
That's what the guy did when I was going through chemo in Colorado. When I had to go through that, I didn't have a choice, but I ordered the alkaline water off of Amazon because, there was a point where I couldn't keep anything down, but like I would at least sip on alkaline water, you know, and it really did feel different than the normal water from the apartment I was in.
Living.
Yep, absolutely.
It felt different.
Yeah. I forget where I found this piece, but specifically the right water. So the structured water, like you're mentioning, good quality oil, sunlight, and chlorophyll. It's all you need to rebuild your stem cells and sustain life.
People always talk shit to me about chlorophyll, and I'm like, you guys don't know what chlorophyll is? You don't know that saves your life and shit? I'm like,
blood
what?
for young blood.
It's so weird. People are like, you're not supposed to be black like that, twisted. That means it's got chlorophyll. I'm like, that means full spectrum. Don't you know that heals you? Like what?
I take it every day. I drink all my greens and all the things, and it's life. Like you said, living water, living. Yes.
That's what I use in the grow. That's what I always use. Adds a lot of electricity to things. You got to be careful though. Some strains are real fucking particular, and they'll fry like a fish.
Twisted, do you have? I've seen some of these grounding antennas.
Yeah, I was just going to talk about that. It's not really a grounding antenna, but it's called electroculture. And what it does is it all around us is electricity. And to get that into your soil is what everyone tries to do with the ppm or EC, electroconductivity, right? And then when I was teaching the frequency stuff, and everyone kept making fun of me and talking shit, and then they're going to get their EC meters, and I'm just like laughing. I'm like, okay, you're going to do the same thing I'm trying to tell you, but I'm trying to teach you not to go buy it out of a bottle. So with the electroculture, though, we're really going to get into that this year too. is you just get electric or copper wires, and you can make all kinds of different designs, dude. Anything you want, and they can go crazy. And then you just put them to a stick and pound it in the ground, and that electricity will literally come to it like a generator and go into the ground, and then you'll have a jungle. So we're going to be doing that. You know, we do the sound, vibration, frequency, all kinds of different stuff, and we're going to get into the electric culture this year.
The house is finally ours. Like, it's ours. We don't have to pay.
Congratulations.
So now we can do whatever the fuck we want here. We couldn't before. Now we can. And that's one of them.
And seeing how last year nothing grew here, dude, it was so weird. All our vegetables, barely anything, even the weed. I put it out July 1st, but it didn't perform at all. And it was just cold last year. Our sun was off. It wasn't like bright. It was very strange.
It was a weird season.
And I'm really convinced that our rain is poisoned with all these chemtrails. So,
I absolutely,
so it's like everything is coming down in your plant. You're just really soaking up shit tons of heavy metals, in my opinion, with this rainwater. So it's like, shit, man.
Yeah. And we want to collect rainwater too, but it's like, how good is that to collect now?
You got to filter it, you know? Are we healing ourselves, or are we further hurting ourselves by growing vegetables using our water without filtering it? You know, like in the summertime outside, I got filters like crazy. But one thing I noticed indoors, I'm not using a filter, and man, my plants look like shit. I'm like, dude, I think I got to put a filter on or something.
Well, not only that, so now all the chemicals that are in that water are going into those plants that you're smoking.
Fluoride, like a motherfucker. That
you're growing, and you're fruiting, you're eating your vegetables, you're eating your potatoes, you're eating your fruit, and you're smoking your weed that's being grown by the poisonous water in the ground and in the air. I mean, where do you get away from it?
I had a strange thought the other day, right? So the great flood we talked about, right? What if that you know how we can control the weather right now? We made it rain over in Vietnam and stuff like that, right? What if back in the day they were doing that also to help themselves with famine or whatever it may be, right? But they manipulated so much that the rain just never stopped. Right?
Yeah.
I can see that happening today.
Yeah, it could happen today because we don't know what we're playing with. I don't think so if the Anunnaki are in control of what they're doing, they clearly know. But if it's a human with some kind of a knowledge, and we're like, oh, we're going to do this. We don't have the knowledge of a god.
We don't have the foresight to stop it. We do not have the foresight to know what the fuck we fuck up on this earth now and what it'll go. I think when you say things like that, I literally think to the apocalyptical dystopian movie futures like The Matrix. We didn't know that we would cloud the sky when we tried to kill all the robots, but now our sun is gone. That was our fault. You know, things like that. Like, we fucked it up to try to do something good, but fucked it up. Maybe not even good.
What I don't understand is why you try to do anything.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just going to say. Stop trying to control it. Work in harmony with it. Teach it how you want to interact.
Yeah.
And be the example of. Don't fight against it. Just keep trying to be the example of how to work with it.
Right. But spraying chemtrails and all that shit, spraying metals in the sky. I don't know if you guys understand it, but it's all for sun blockage. It's all for creating a new environment. So that means either there's somebody else that lives on this planet, somebody else is coming on this planet, or we are evolving into a different kind of organism that they are creating for us, and they need this atmosphere to fucking be specific to it. Imagine this.
Exactly.
Imagine if they have another planet already called Earth 2, but it's got this specific atmosphere. It's not quite like Earth, but we can live there. We just have to change just a tiny little bit. We'll look exactly the same. We just breathe a little bit different. We eat differently. We drink different water, and inside our chemical biologicals are different, so we can live in other places. Like, that's how I think of it on that level. Because if they're changing the environment that much, then I always think, alien invasion and, people are going to come and live on our planet, and they need that specific environment, like a cooler world. You know what I mean? So I don't want to go that far, but I like the second Earth, theory.
Right? It depends. if our Earth is flat, they've got a map for that, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen the biggest map? So it shows like Mars, and it shows like how all these other planets are explained on the flat Earth model. Have you seen that?
Gosh.
I know you have.
Remember when you had the flat Earth guy on here?
Yes.
God, I wanted on that panel so bad. I've been trying to get that guy so many years, dude.
I tried. I did. I reached out to him again, and he didn't reply.
No, he won't, because too many
Flat earthers won't take that.
What we should do is a remake. We should replay the video and all commentate.
Ooh,
That's
actually a great fucking idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I don't like the guy because he tries to show you shit and pulls you right in the middle of showing you it. You know, like, and it's not even a real space thing, and he just made it up. And it's like, dude, you're just literally suckering a bunch of sheeple. They're trying to listen to what you got to say, and now you're just fooling them, which makes them question every fucking thing. Like, you can't do that, dude.
But
And like,
here's the thing, though. Like, I know you're very into all these different religions, and you're knowledgeable, right? They all talk about the firmament.
yeah. You want me to tell you what it is?
Yes, I do. That
All
question from my brain.
So listen, the Anunnaki wrote about the firmament, and they talked about the planet that used to be out in the solar system used to be the biggest planet called Tiamat. When the Biru, a different planet, smashed into this planet, it obliterated that planet. They wrote that the top chunk of it, which was littered with gold, that's where all the gold veins were, shot across the solar system. And by magnetism, by frequency and mass, it stopped exactly where we are today and started rotating and formed back into a ball. But that's where people get the whole flat Earth. If we're the top of a planet, we must be a broken bottom with some kind of a dome over top of us. Here's my thing. Before the Anunnaki ever came, who the fuck put a dome here? Nobody. There's no dome around the planet when no Anunnaki were here. Only after God shows up, supposedly that's when a dome or a firmament goes over top of our planet. But the Anunnaki wrote that when Tiamat got destroyed, the rest of the planet created a firmament between Mars and Earth. Or I'm sorry, Earth or Mars and Jupiter. Is that how it goes? Where's the damn, the fucking hammered bracelet? The asteroid field, isn't that between Mars and Jupiter? I think that's what it is.
I can't remember if it's Jupiter or Saturn or Mars and Jupiter.
Yeah, I think it's Mars and Jupiter, because we can get to Mars. We don't have to go through the firmament. But that's what they wrote, the firmament, which separated the waters from above from the waters below. And what they described as water is space, because it's not. There's, like, everyone thinks there's nothing out there, but how come when everyone's out there, it looks like they're in water? Those are the waters. That's why we use ships.
Ellie says, and I've seen this too. NASA Nazi Warner von Braun has Earth's firmament message. So on his tombstone, he has Psalms, whatever the Psalms number is, and when you come to that passage, it talks about the firmament. Mm-hmm. And that's a guy straight from NASA that is gone to space, or not him, but he's sent people to space. And so what do you have to say about that?
Well, see, here's Werner von Braun, right? He talked to the aliens, because that's all the Nazis did, dude. They went to India, who has the real knowledge. Nobody messes with alien. Solomon, Sal, what up? No one messes with India and the India people, but they have the ancient secret knowledge of the Vimanas, and that's where they went. They started making the Vimanas. Like when we got a hold of Werner von Braun, we're like, you can't make spaceships, bro. We can't tell the people about that. You can make rockets. That thing you guys shot over to Britain and destroyed everybody, you can use that to go to the moon. He was like, what? Oh, we were going to fucking Mars and shit, dude. We were out in space. Wait, you want us to tell all these people we can only go to the moon now? Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be cool with that. And then, so he played with him for a little while. He played with him for just a little while. until supposedly they fired him. And then what happened? The secret space force was fucking started. Werner von Braun supposedly gets cancer and dies. Oh, he's a top scientist in the whole planet, but somehow he gets fucking cancer and dies. Disappears off the fucking face of the earth, right? But yet there's a secret space program.
What up, Sal?
What up, Sally? Bro.
You guys are talking my subject, so I had to join.
No, I want to hear what you have to say, Sal. Let's hear what you.
No, he was on point on every bit of that. Werner von Braun was a part. He got his knowledge from. Him and like the Nazis got their knowledge from the Tulu and the what do you call those women that were the Vril Society and stuff like that. And they were connected to the people from Inner Earth, and so to say, from Urgartha and stuff like that. There's a whole society that they connected with from Antarctica too, that now we're suddenly discovering, or at least the elites are. And then eventually when they take the technology from that, they're going to go and trinkle it to us, basically, so to say.
Yep.
Yes. I've missed you, Sal. I have missed you. I love you, dude.
Like,
that's where they say the Fourth Reich is, though. They say,
yeah. Well, they've always been there. They say. I heard that they went to the moon and they're trying to start a whole new civilization on the moon, and they took away the what do you call it? The NASA technology they gave us years back. That's why randomly out of nowhere we get this Elon Musk guy come back with these rockets that can just land by themselves and stuff. We never had technology like that. I mean, we must have got advanced technology from somebody else again to come over here and basically school us because we couldn't do it ourselves.
Yeah.
I totally believe that they're up on the moon and they're doing their own thing. That's the reason why we never went back to the moon, so to say.
We can't even see them. If they're on the dark side, they can go from the dark side, just like the Anunnaki wrote. They couldn't just take the gold from Earth and shoot straight to Nibiru. They had to jump from planet to planet to planet to planet. And then when it aligned up and they were like, hey, there's Nibiru from Mars today.
Yeah.
They could shoot there. Or Nibiru from Saturn, Nibiru from Venus. They had to get it from a different planet and to shoot it out of our solar system. They can't just drive around like you see on a movie. That doesn't.
I agree.
Wrote that they cannot do that. Now today, thousands of years later, who knows what they can do? Supposedly they learned how to shed their flesh and become pure energy like a god and go to different dimensions. That's quite possible because we teach shit like that. So who's to say that being that created us couldn't take up that role and say, look, I am God because I'm in that other dimension where you think God is. But yeah, back on that whole firmament thing, like it was religion that created Christianity. Religion created Jesus. Religion created God. Religion created hell, heaven, all these things. Heaven, simply look up. Heaven means the freaking sky, not the earth. That's what heaven means. Like, so when they say the firmament, they had to make you think that you couldn't leave earth. That was the hugest problem. That was all they ever, Tower of Babel. Everyone thinks it's about language. It was a fucking landing fucking platform where they wanted to shoot people, humans, out into space and be as of the gods and pass the firmament.
And they put the kibosh on that shit.
They were like, oh, you guys can't get off the planet. Remember, God put a firmament up there. There's this glass shield up there. How, man, I would be like, you know how many farts we'd be smelling? Y'all ever been in jail? You know how many farts you smell in jail because there ain't no air? Shit. You're in a closed environment.
Oh, man. It just hit me. So they could have come in like crusaders, tear down the Babel, and said, God told us to do this. Just like the crusaders did throughout Europe.
We could have destroyed ourselves basically from ever trying to advance ourselves, because that's kind of what it advanced towards the end. We'll sit there and go, no, you can't have the technology of the gods, and then we shame ourselves and we kind of lower ourselves in consciousness doing that.
Yep.
Yeah. And mind you, the Anunnaki who created us, we see them and we see them as gods now. So when we say the gods told us to do this, I mean,
they say the Anunnaki are still underground. It was said in the Bible that they're not allowed to come up on the surface. So the trick is for them to go and hide underground and do all their evil work and create hybrids and stuff like that.
Yep, and that's what we have. We have a message. You know, it could be fabricated, but we have a message from Anunnaki. I keep forgetting to read it though, but it literally says that him and Marduk are inside of our planet. And they're wobbling the earth back and forth. That's what we see. We see it happen. I watched the moon. I'm watching this fucking earth wobble, dude. I'm like, wait a minute. Look at the constellations are in the wrong place today. What?
Everything in nature zigzags and pattern. Bullets, lightning, you name it. Everything in nature is in a zigzag pattern. Nothing is straight.
Yeah. So what they're saying though is that they're trying to manipulate the earth because they know the flood scenario situation that destroyed us before is upon us. Like Nibiru is back in our solar system, dude. So they're trying to do everything they can to move our planet, nudge it out of the way so that their planet doesn't destroy us again. And that's pretty wild, though. That's like a lot of people don't believe in none of that shit, the inner earth and the Shalom or whatever the fuck it is. There's two civilizations supposedly that are inside the earth and they fight with each other all the time. Just like
the two civilizations were actually the same civilizations as the people of the pyramids. There were and the ancient sites. There were two Anunnaki people. They were the elongated skull people, and they were like the flattened ET looking head people. Those were the two civilizations back in the day. And they said back in the day that they crash landed on the Antarctic. That's why we had two ships that said landed in the Antarctic and they crashed, and then they settled here, and then they created these sites and everything for us. And then we were supposed to be basically slaves for gold and stuff like that back in the day. And then when they talk about Tiamat, our planet used to be Tiamat and stuff. And then Nubrul came and smashed us, and then we're the remnants of this Tiamat and stuff like that. So when they say certain aliens, this is their planet from back in the day, they're talking about how the planet used to be a part of Tiamat and stuff like that. Like, oh man, yeah, it gets really deep when you talk about these subjects. I love talking about this stuff.
Me too.
You guys know exactly what I'm talking about.
That's why I was like, Simon, shit.
We just literally read the Anunnaki Bible and in our weed church, our Ganja Gospel last year. So like,
me too.
Just went through the whole story that we've summed up in a very small amount of time. So it was just awesome to see somebody else as passionate about it.
I've been passionate about giants and stuff like that, and the Nephilim, and I wanted to know where they came from, and the stories of what they said in religion, and in stories of what they say about the Anunnaki, and in stories of just and in how there's people out there taking the giant bones and then hiding them from the planet, basically, and weirdness.
There's another thing though, is like there's cloning. You know, me being in the military, dude, I knew all kinds of secret shit they were doing that they weren't telling nobody. And we supposedly went to Iraq the second time and took out giants. And we took out their ancient technology, their secrets that were written on the.
This was known as the Kandahar giant that he's talking about there. It was a red-headed giant that we came in with military grade. It killed 3 of our soldiers. Stabbed him with a spear. He had this mechanism in his voice to go to kind of hypnotize people, and then from there just attacks them really quick. They say that we killed him. He had 6 fingers, just like a Nephilim. He was redheaded. They took him out of a double helo basically, and then experimented with them and stuff like that. But
I think they cloned him.
They probably did clone him. They probably used him as a super soldier.
I was gonna say,
exactly what
in the My Labs.
I don't know what the word I'm thinking of right now is, but manipulative, and we want to know way too much, and our technology is too far superior for us to not want to clone him as a governmental agency.
Yeah, think about
we would weaponize everything before we actually find something to be useful for society. It's used as a weapon first in the military.
Dude, that's what it's going to be. We're going to go to war with somebody, and next thing you know, there's going to be these 8 to 10 foot monsters that are coming, and they strength of 10 men. I quit.
Russia already said there were reports of that already, that we built super soldiers.
I've been talking about this since 2020 at least, that our next war you're going to watch, we're going to fight super soldiers because they're taking these ancient beings and cloning them. We clone people. Like, why would you dig up an ancient giant? Why?
don't
Totally.
necessarily need those types of super soldiers when you're making robots that can kill people.
True, but robots you got to program and keep.
Yeah.
keep
That's a lot
Keep
of
up.
machinery to
Well,
probably
with robots, I don't have to worry about their minds.
No, you can program these MyLab minds to do anything they want, but just like
MK
saying a
Ultra.
certain word and stuff like
I
that.
guess you're
MK
right.
Ultra will do it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
They can do anything, bro. They can
Yeah.
make poop our pants right now.
Yeah, they use drugs like scopolamine and a bunch of other stuff that just kind of control people's minds.
Yep, it's crazy, dude. The sleeper soldiers are the sickest. Like, if you don't know what a sleeper soldier is, dude, you got to go.
Those are the scariest. Those are the kinds you see that do those mass shootings and stuff, and then they wake up and you see them in those videos go, I don't know what I'm doing. I had no clue. Yeah, those are the people.
Totally programmed because they were hypnotized, went through a course that was exactly that program of killing shit, and then they went out of the hypnotism. And then as soon as you put them back, in the hypnotism, they're gonna go perform that specific task. Oh, it's sick, dude. Any one of you could be a sleeper soldier right now. You don't even.
What was that movie, Zoolander? That was basically it right there, where they programmed him.
Supernatural and the demon possessions. Like, they just don't know what the fuck's happening to them. You know, you're just like, you don't know.
Yeah,
that's what I kind of felt like for the movie theater shooter. His whole court case, it looked like he was blitzed out of his gourd. He's just sitting there like this.
And I think sometimes these people they're like possessed. They're got in with bad entities and shit. Because the Anunnaki, they talked about the dark ones. They've always been on this planet. And imagine the earth spirits. That's what they are to us. They're earth spirits. Some are good, some are bad.
It's duality.
Some are good and some are bad. And those have always been around, and they've always been using those and manipulating those. But those are tricksters,
Stephanie typed in the chat, what would you rather fight, giants or robots?
I quit.
I honestly wouldn't want to fight either one of them, but I'd rather fight robots. I feel like giants would have more of a, like, they have the rage capability. Robots are programmed to do a thing, but sometimes when you get a mind on a fucking warpath, like, there's no stopping it, even if it is critically injured.
An EMP could take out a robot unless they have some.
I was just saying that. Yeah, I would have busted out an EMP pulse and just took them out. Unless they had an EMP shield, like some kind of copper wiring shield.
Yep. But see, like, a robot, I don't think could gather up a bunch of random humans in a fight against somebody else. A programmed giant could come in and say, I'm the new ruler of this planet, like in biblical times. Y'all know the Bible? I'm Gilgamesh, bitch. Or I'm going to eat you. Here's my lion kitty cat.
Let me take it to the next level. It's not just robot, it's AI.
Yeah. What if we had the AI chip inside us that was able for them to program us?
AI
That's the next step.
AI could do what you just said. The robot couldn't. It's gather men.
That.
We're probably being controlled by AI as we speak.
I believe we are.
Technology that can be fucked with an electrical pulse.
I believe we were always controlled by AI. Our what do you call it? Our quantum computers actually go to a different dimension to go and pick up information. Yep. They have no clue where this dimension is. It goes to a different quantum dimension, gathers up the information from something, and then brings it back. That's all we know. That's crazy.
It is. Like, where are we going? God, we should know these things before we go there.
No, I think that's the most craziest shit, though. A lot of those things, when they call it like the Vril, they have no idea who the fuck they're talking to. No clue. They say they do.
So scary.
But just like we always hear, tricksters.
No, they say that the Vril Society is talking to the same, like, evil, big-headed alien that what's that demonic evil guy that Aleister Crowley, guy. He summoned some alien-looking big-headed being that was supposed to be demonic.
Yeah.
The Vril did the same thing. It was almost the same size, same shape, and stuff like that. I always wondered, like, maybe they were connected to the same being and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you got that sorceress lady that's involved with the Epstein Island.
Yeah.
Mugsies and beyond.
Starts with an M, I think. Yeah, she does those blood rituals thingies with the Kardashians and shit like that. I know what you're talking about.
And
Oh.
these are the real people, the
Interesting,
real
yeah.
witches, the real people that know the secrets that are hidden from us in their secret. Oh, okay, let me use my shit to get people rich, and
I was gonna say,
I'll do my evil over here.
people don't get Hollywood famous without doing, I think, a little something.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
I think there's a couple people that might squeak through, but for the most part, you're right.
Exactly. Like people I think Keanu Reeves or Brendan Fraser, like the people who are just seem a little out of place in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Are the ones
They don't age either. It's the Keanu Reeves, the Tom Cruises. They're in hundreds of movies. They're in weird society religions like Scientology and stuff like that.
Well,
They got doppelgangers that are fucking thousands of years old.
Yeah.
You never know.
They don't age. Will Smith.
You know what I was
and
thinking.
that's where the blood and sex rituals come in, and unfortunately,
Adrenochrome
and fetuses, the abortion, and all the things come into play.
So I seen a video of Sandra Bullock on the Ellen Show talking about.
I saw it yesterday.
She gets that roller needle, and the cream or whatever they put on her face that gets pinned in is made from what she said is body parts of young people from far away.
Mm-hmm.
So
from Korea.
What she meant was foreskin from babies in Korea.
Yeah.
Or stem cells,
But
all the things.
Is it really just foreskin? Because we know that's what you cut off a baby, right? Yep. That's the only piece, really, besides the placenta that you can.
No, that's adrenochrome, basically. Yep. It's adrenaline that's in the blood that they're messing with.
And and then torturing children and all the sex torture and everything, and then collecting their blood. It's so sad. Oh my gosh, I don't even like to think about these things, but
yeah, it's horrible.
That's fucked up. Well drop a real thing of our planet, a real thing.
And what we were just talking about.
Nobody does a fucking thing. Why, dude?
We're all in such sheeple acceptance of oh, this is how they do that. Okay, well, I guess let me still look at him in awe.
Let's go to McDonald's, everybody.
Let's now we can go full circle back to the beginning of the show with frequency structuring the DNA and how they are structuring the DNA as they are extracting it and then utilizing it for evil.
You know what? It's funny that you say that because I've been doing a lot of research on frequency manipulation and stuff like that. Our government actually controls certain frequencies. They've been doing it since day one, basically. And then for us, we can go and create certain frequencies as we meditate and then just in our music. I mean, if you look up 562 or certain frequencies that are already embedded into the music you listen to, find that one. Say you got reggae music or even death metal music, they make certain music with frequencies that are actually healthy for you now. They don't have the right frequencies in your music. They were designed that way.
Exactly. They were designed that way, and they knew exactly the lyrics, all the things that are controlling and manipulating the mind into their narratives and to,
Well, guys, on that note, it's 11:11 at my time, and we're gonna wrap it up. We've hit our time. I appreciate Sal. I appreciate Twisted and the hippie witch.
Great seeing you.
I have one quick question. I want to leave there real quick before we leave. Talking about Middle Earth. See, I have a theory about many other beings. Also, you guys both mentioned one or two, so I want to pick that up again in the future. I'm curious your thoughts on that.
Absolutely, and I still got to smash Josh's map. I forgot to tell him what exactly that was.
Oh, me too. I have a theory on how it was created too.
They created it in 2020 off the moon reflection. I'm done.
Now come back next week. You two come back next week, and we'll pick this conversation right on up.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out.
Love you guys.
Good vibes.
In 45 minutes, Squared Circle Shenanigans will be airing.
Whoop, whoop.
So if you're into wrestling, come on in.
Yeah.
Hell
Peace
yeah.
out.